Welcome back to Hold the Phone, where each week I'm going to recap the latest episode of Call Me Mother. Mother has called, and who answered? Another great episode. That was so stupid. Yes, episode 2 was the family portrait episode where the groups had to work together for the first time. This was one of my favorite episodes from last season because we really got to see how they would work together and if there would be any conflict and who's really gonna stick out from their house. And it's really no different here. I think this is another really great introduction episode to each of the houses and how they're gonna work and all the dynamics that come from it. We started with a really campy challenge where they had to design little dolls for each of their house mothers and then walk this little runway. I think it was so fun and so dumb at the same time. And I really love that they're hooking up these artists with prizes. I mean, $750, that can really go a long way. And though she didn't win, my favorite in the challenge was Amara, who had this really fun mommy dearest type of thing going on. I love that the doll slapped her in the face. It was really good physical comedy. After this mini showcase, the mothers sit down with their artists to see what they brought from home for the family portrait. Again, this is one of my favorite parts of the show because we get a really good taste of each of these artists and where they came from and basically what they want to bring into the competition from home. Obviously, they are going to grow down the line, but this is what they're bringing and showcasing from the start and what the mothers are working with going forward. Aside from the family portrait, for the performance part of the challenge, they have to do a lip sync rendition to Walking on Sunshine. Each house had a very different concept to what they're doing, and I think that really speaks to how different each of these performers are, but it all comes together very cohesively. As for the family portraits, I will give you my top 5 looks, and then I'm gonna go over my thoughts on each of the families. At number 5, I have Seance, who I just think did a very detailed job. They were so literal with the concept of portrait of a vampire, and I think the detailing of the other heads having the makeup of their fellow artists in the house was just such a nice touch. Everything that I've seen from Seance has just given drama and volume, and I really have been enjoying them, and I'm excited to see what's next. At number 4, I have Michaela. I love the shape of the dress, hand-painted things. I mean, it takes so much time to do that. There's a story with it, and it's not mapped out for you, but you can easily get it. I just think the color is so flattering and it's just overall gorgeous. At number 3, I have Maya. I love when the show showcases indigenous representation or just cultures in general, and Maya looks stunning here. The traditional tattoo, the makeup, the way it's layered and flowing, it is all just right. At number 2, I have Justin a bit, who had some critiques on the runway about this whole outfit situation, but I didn't really agree. Justin explained in the mothership that his whole concept behind this look was photos and seen on the back written like these little blurbs about the photos and the dates on them. So to come out looking like a moment in time, like this period piece thing, and then having on the back written just in a bit, Call Me Mother 2022, it's so cute and so clever. And they said that it took away from the outfit, but no, I think it added to it. But coming in at number 1, I have Jessie, who I just think looks stunning on this runway. The concept definitely added to it, but alone, I think that this would have been my number 1 no matter what, because it was the one that caught my eye the quickest. Just overall great presentation, and I've seen nothing but amazing looks so far from Jessie. As for the overall houses, I do think Doucette scoring the highest makes the most sense. When you look at all of them up on the stage together, I think that Doucette speaks the most to like talking about your past and the family resemblance that comes from it. The house of Doucette's whole concept was like reclaiming the past and kind of bringing it into your own. Maya was taking from her culture and her mother and making it drag and what she wants to be doing. Michaela was reclaiming her past and all the struggles she went through with school and making it into this gorgeous garment. Amara was reclaiming the fact that she couldn't be this femboy pageant person that she wanted to be and took it and now is that person now. And Justin is taking a moment in history and making it his own, and I just think it's so cohesive across the board. And that's not to say the other houses didn't do good too. I think they did a good job. Just looking at the other 2 houses on stage, I feel like you could pick out an artist from each of them and be like, you got it, and I think it's cohesive, but you're like the one outlier. I do think that the scoring was very accurate. I don't think Doucette won by a landslide. I think it was very close. And that's just a testament to, oh my God. And that's just a testament to how amazing this cast is. There is so much talent and so much cooperation. They want to create the best product, and I think they're very close to doing that. Moving on to the Walking on Sunshine performance, I think that all of the groups did very good again here too. To be honest, I think the House of Doucette took the cake here again because it just was the most straightforward, but that kind kind of added to the performance. They immediately walked out and we knew the character they were portraying and the whole concept behind it. I think if they had to do anything else with the performance, it would have felt a little too standard, but they had the right sweet spot with it, and I think that sold me on the concept. The House of Glass had a cute concept, and I think it worked for the most part. I feel like the introduction of the vampires was just not the best. You have Seance and Stony out there having a good time, and then the vampires are just kind of in the background. I don't think the vampires were trying to upstage them, but the way they were getting introduced, it felt like Stony and Seance were getting a little upstaged. And for the House of Harmony, I think Pepper did the best job of the night, really going for the performance, and was so funny throughout. And it's almost like the opposite of the House of Doucette. I'm happy that each of them had an individual character, but if they had a little more time, I think it could have been a little more fleshed out. But the product that we got, it just felt a little rushed, and I felt like we didn't get to see enough of each of the characters. But overall, I think that all of the houses did such a good job, and I found myself enjoying the performances for so much of the run. In the end, the House of Doucette had the highest score by 1 point, which is extra crazy because the other two houses now have to eliminate someone. Yes, it is a double elimination. For the first episode, I'm glad that it's very high stakes, there's a lot of drama, and it is entertaining, but it feels like both of the houses are almost put at a disadvantage now. Like if each of them lost a member over this week and the next week, it would make more sense, but now I just feel like the House of Doucette has almost a head start on the rest of the competition. But if we're going only off of entertainment, I did really love it. The two artists that were unfortunately picked were Stony Mac and Miss Shady, and I am upset about it. I love Miss Shady because every single runway she showed her culture, and it was always so polished and gorgeous. But Stony was the one that I was really upset over. I think we got a really good showcase of them, and I'm just sad to see them go this early. Based off of the performance, I do think the right choice was made for the House of Glass, but it's just like, I don't feel like they gave Stony enough to do in the performance. The other three were getting flung around and everything, and I just don't think that Stony was given enough to do, and I don't think that it was their control to not do enough. I'm a little sad about that, but I'm excited to see what Stony's gonna do in the future. Overall, it was a very, very solid episode. All of the houses are just so talented, and I am so excited. There was really good development for so many of the performers. The runways are just continuing to be elevated, and the double elimination, while heartbreaking, makes me realize that I'm already caring for all of these artists so much. People I'm watching out for from last week, I still think Pepper, Michaela, and Amara are doing an amazing job. They all hold themselves with so much confidence, and I think that they're gonna go far. New people that I'm looking out for, Justin a bit, I just think is so fun to watch, and I just gravitate towards their energy. And honestly, I think that the judges are really gravitating towards Weeby, and I do understand it. They just have this energy that's undeniable, and I think that's really gonna serve them well in this competition. I'm really getting into the season, and I'm looking forward to see what comes next. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love doing this recap series because it's been reaching so many people. A lot of the artists from the show have been reaching out and thanking me, and I'm glad that I can highlight their drag. And I feel like Canada Drag in general hasn't had the platform that I think it deserves, and I hope that Call Me Mother gets huge because it really deserves it. Check in next week for the next recap, and Sunday for my next video. I'll see you guys soon with another video. God, I keep messing up my outro.